Costello sits with Callahan Skogman to discuss the upcoming play. Stay tuned with us. Week in Review is coming up next.
Hello, and thanks for watching WMCM's Week in Review. I'm Kalon Bell.
And I'm Katie Butzen. This Tuesday, a UWL student was charged with a felony for taking a photo of a naked woman and sharing it on social media. The photo was taken by 21-year-old Adam Gorman when the woman was passed out at his apartment earlier this year. The case was handled at the La Crosse County Circuit Court, which was where the complaint was filed. The woman reported the photos being shared through the smartphone app Snapchat. Gorman is being charged with capturing an image of nudity without consent. His preliminary hearing will convene on October 31st.
Early Tuesday morning, 2 UWL employees were struck by an oncoming vehicle while attempting to walk across State Street near the Roncalli Newman Center. Vice Chancellor for Administration and Finance Bob Hetzel and Registrar Chris Bockham were both hospitalized after sustaining serious injuries. In an email sent out to university students, Chancellor Joe Gao stated that Hetzel and Bockham's injuries were not life-threatening. Hetzel's injuries did require surgery on Tuesday and Wednesday to repair fractures in his hip and elbow. Witnesses to the accident say Hetzel attempted to push Bockham out of the way to protect her from the oncoming vehicle. Bockham has since been released from the hospital. Now here's Katie Evans to talk about what's happening around campus.
Thanks, Kalon. Tonight at 4:30 p.m., UWL's planetarium staff and the La Crosse Area Astronomical Society are coordinating free observation sites for the public of a partial solar eclipse from Grandad's Bluff. The solar eclipse begins at 4:29 p.m. and it ends at 6:52. But La Crosse area observers will not be able to see it after sunset at 6:10 p.m. For more information, contact UWL Planetarium Director Bob Allen at allen.robe@uwlax.edu. Tomorrow, Friday the 24th, is the last day to withdraw from classes. From 7 a.m. to 4:30 p.m., you can contact Lisa Serverson to drop any of your classes. To contact Lisa, call 608-785-8042. or email her at lserverson@uwlax.edu. On Tuesday, October 28th, the third Cultural Coffee Hour will be held in Centennial Hall of Nations at 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. Cultural Coffee Hour brings international students and scholars together with domestic faculty, staff, and students to learn more about international and cultural differences. Each coffee hour has a specific topic that is discussed through a panel or presentation while participants enjoy a cup of coffee or tea and a snack. Sponsored by OIE, the third Cultural Coffee Hour will discuss the STEM fields and their importance across the globe. With any questions, email Katie Van Wyck at vanwyk.kati@uwlax.edu. Now back to you, Kalon.
Thanks, Katie. The transportation budget has always been an issue in Wisconsin. To tell us more, here is Sean Daniels, Sarah Abel, and Chase Steiner.
The Sierra Club, an environmental group, has been traveling around the state of Wisconsin discussing transportation reform. Yesterday they made a stop in La Crosse, where WMCM's crew met up with them.
The forum today is really about educating the community. A lot of people don't know about our transportation budget and the way we've been spending kind of excessively on highways and how that's led to increased debt, as well as it's really kind of squeezed the gap in the funding for other forms of transportation like transit and local road aid, so filling potholes and maintaining local roads.
Before the presentation, organizers were able to meet up with community members to hear their concerns. Along with community members, college students were there to voice their concerns as well.
I think that we should have better transportation systems around La Crosse and on Alaska. because it's hard for students, especially students without cars, to get around the area to get to places that they need to, like the pharmacy or Target or Walmart.
And I think too, if students want to have jobs and be able to afford tuitions and other school expenses, we need better transportation so we can get jobs, just not on campus, but other places in the La Crosse area.
And so what we're calling for is in 2015, let's better balance that budget and let's really prioritize the needs there.
For WMCM, this is Sean Daniels, Sarah Abel, and Chase Steiner.
Be sure to contact Elizabeth Ward for more information at elizabeth.ward@sierraclub.org. On Monday, UWL received national recognition as one of their exercise and sports science professors was featured prominently in the October 20th issue of Time magazine. John Pocori's research was entered in Time magazine for its story on how men can age-proof their muscles. In his research, Pocori makes the argument that muscle tissue can come back after age degeneration. The article was an extension of Pocori's previous studies from the American Council on Education. In 2010, Pocori received the Award of Excellence from the American Association of Cardiovascular and Pulmonary Rehabilitation. For more information about Pocori or his research, visit time.com/3483913/ageproofyourmuscles. Congratulations, Dr. Pocori, for being an example of the large strides that UWL makes. The Cooley Region Humane Society has many pets in need of loving homes. Here are some of the animals available in this week's edition of Perfect Pets.
She's easygoing and affectionate. Meet Peggy, a 5-year-old American Staffordshire Terrier. This is Hocus, a domestic short-haired tabby mix. She's cute, she's fluffy, she's Hocus. Meet Lexi, an adult pit bull terrier. While she loves to play catch and fetch, she'll find herself leaning against you, asking for attention all the time. To find out more about adoption for these pets or others, contact the Cooley Region Humane Society at 781-4014.
Again, the phone number for the Cooley Region Humane Society is 781-4014. Last week, a series of political debates set off at UWL. Tuesday, October 21st, saw 2 debates for the 94th and 96th Assembly Districts. The last leg of the debates will feature Ron Kind and Republican opponent Tony Kuntz. Kind is running for his 10th straight term in office, while Kuntz his first. The debate will take place in Protocol Cartwright Center, Tuesday, October 28th at 7 p.m. Seating is on a first-come, first-served basis. For more information about the debates, contact UWL Assistant Professor Tim Dale at 608-785-6646.
Whether you're looking for volunteer hours or just want that sense of self-satisfaction, Make a Difference Day may be the event for you. This Saturday, October 25th, the Involvement Center at UWL is hosting Make a Difference Day, an event where students and community members will be assigned to various service projects around the La Crosse area. Volunteers should be at Wygent Park at 11 in the morning. The teams will be chosen and assigned tasks until 4 in the afternoon. If you are interested in the event, be sure to sign up by emailing the Leadership and Involvement Center at involvement@uwlax.edu or contact Shannon Edminster at 608-785-6600. Food, music, and prizes will be provided after the projects are complete. Nutrition is an important part of our lives, but not everyone has the access to the food and education that we take for granted. This week, we looked at the benefits of growing your own garden. Jade Baumgartner joins us in the studio with this week's Hope in Tanzania piece.
Getting people to eat healthier is always a challenge. It can be even more difficult when fresh fruits and vegetables are less available, and this problem extends internationally. Limited access to fresh food can seriously impact people's health. But even when some fresh food is available, many people may not be eating healthier. This is where groups like Lacrosse's Grow Your Brain comes in.
We're finding that a lot of places or a lot of people can get fresh, or maybe don't have great access to fresh food, but if they do, or if they start gardening, sometimes there's a problem of how do I even prepare it? So that's, I think, where a lot of education is needed and very, very helpful.
And the need for this kind of education extends far beyond our own borders.
There have been some countries that we've seen that, I believe Cuba especially is one that was cut off from, they were getting a ton of imports of food and were cut off kind of overnight from Russia because of a political thing, and they started growing food within the cities, and their health increased tremendously within the next few years. So it does show that gardening can really, really help populations improve their health.
This is the kind of education that the Tanzanians are looking for. With this knowledge, they could improve their own nutrition.
No, here.
Oh, here in La Crosse, okay.
Bettering their own nutrition is just the beginning for the people of Tanzania. The hope here is that by meeting one of their basic needs, the people will be able to focus more on other parts of their lives.
So Jade, where is this program at?
It will be at Soda 1 Elementary School and State Road Elementary School.
Okay. And what kind of things are they teaching the children that are involved in this program?
They are teaching them about nutrition in Tanzania. And they'll be doing it all year long except for December and January.
In January, wow, very nice.
Wow, thank you for coming in and sharing that with us.
Yeah, thanks.
Fracking is not a term you hear every day, yet its effects can lead to daily harmful health impacts and even death. A member of Scientists and Engineers for Healthy Energy, Michelle Bamberger, will discuss human and animal health issues associated with fracking on the UWL campus. Bamberger describes that fracking is the process of extracting natural gas from shale rock layers deep within the earth in her book, How America's Shale Gas Boom is Threatening Our Families, Pets, and Food. The lecture will take place on Monday, October 27th from 2:15 to 3:15 p.m. in 1309 Centennial Hall. Admission to this event is free. For more information about Bamberger or the event, visit the Geography and Earth Science page at uwlax.edu/geography and earth science. Each week, the WMCM crew goes out and talks to your fellow peers in a segment we call Campus Insight. This week, they ask students about their Halloween costumes.
Hi, I'm here at UWL today, and we are asking students, what are you going to be for Halloween? Come with us as we journey around campus. What are you going to be for Halloween this year?
That's a really good question.
Either Brett Favre or Jeepers Creepers.
Toddlers and tiaras.
Okay, so what are you guys going to be for Halloween this year?
We're going to be babies. Rosie the Riveter.
Student.
I don't know.
I'm going to be Blake from the show Workaholics. If you've ever seen the show, I've got the wig, the Converse shoes, the shirt and tie, and the khaki pants. I've done it the last 2 years, and it's been like a big hit, so I'm going to do it again.
I'm going to be Red Riding Hood. Oh, I'm not sure yet.
You better get on that.
I'm Peter Pan and Tinkerbell.
I'm going to be a police officer. Honestly, whatever my closet offers.
Good answer.
We're going to be the Rat Pack.
Definitely not a cat. One of the Powerpuff Girls with my roommate.
I'm going to be Thor.
Thor, wow. Thanks for watching this week's edition of Campus Insight. This has been Tia DeHaan, Alex Riley, and Kayla Lambert for WMCM.
Look for the WMCM crew around campus for a chance to hear your opinions heard on next week's Campus Insight. Now here's Bree Levine with a review of the movie Donnie Darko.
Thanks, Katie. Do you believe in time travel? What if you learned about it from a giant bunny rabbit? It may sound like a children's movie, but Donnie Darko is anything but. As Halloween approaches, you might be looking for something spooky to watch, and Donnie Darko is the perfect movie to creep you out and make you think all at once. Donnie Darko is about a boy named, well, Donnie Darko, a troubled teenager who hates taking his pills. While it's never revealed, it's implied that Donnie is medicated for schizophrenia. When his parents force him to take his pills, he begins to have hallucinations of Frank, a man wearing a creepy rabbit costume. One night, Frank wakes Donnie up and leads him to a nearby park, telling him the world will end in about 28 days. While Donnie is talking to Frank, a jet engine falls directly on Donnie's room, which would have killed him if Frank hadn't lured him out of his room. Before I give too much away, let's take a look at the trailer.
It was as though this plan had been with him all his life, pondered through the seasons, now in his 15th year, crystallized with the pain of puberty.
So, why'd you move here?
My mom had to get a restraining order against my stepdad. He has emotional problems.
Oh, I have those too. What kind of emotional problems does your dad have?
I'm going to tell you a little story today about a young man whose life was completely destroyed by these instruments of fear.
Donnie is experiencing what is commonly called a daylight hallucination. Has he ever told you about his friend Frank, the giant bunny rabbit?
The what?
I'm not going to be able to continue this conversation.
Don't worry. You got away with it.
We're just gonna stop.
You should already know that.
This 2001 classic has been a favorite of mine for a long time. It's one of those movies that makes you think and wonder, is time travel really possible? Jake Gyllenhaal's portrayal of Donnie was one of his breakout roles, and it certainly is phenomenal. This movie was also the breakout role for Into the Wild actress Jenna Malone, who plays Donnie's girlfriend, Gretchen. Other notable names in the cast list include Maggie Gyllenhaal, Drew Barrymore, and the late Patrick Swayze. This is a perfect film to watch not just during the Halloween season, but anytime you want to ponder time travel, mortality, and the meaning of life. Stay tuned to WMCM. Tom Rayfelt will be back with this weekend's weather.
Hey, can't find what you're looking for?
What?
You can find what you're looking for and more at WMCM. WMCM TV has plenty of shows you can view at your pleasure. There's Profile, where we interview people throughout the community. Or, if you like sports, we have Sports Talk Live and Sports Scene. And if you're into celebrity gossip, that's why we have Afternoon Delight.
Well, that all looks great, but I'm on a computer, not a TV. I bet you guys don't have a way for me to watch this stuff on a computer.
Oh, we have that covered too. Just go to WMCMTV.com for all the updates.
Wow, that solves all my problems. Thanks, WMCM Genie.
My name is Thomas Rayfelt, and I'm here, your certified meteorologist for WMCM's 4-day forecast. As we can see, today is partly cloudy with a southwest winds of 5 miles per hour and a low of 43. Today was actually a partial solar eclipse, but due to the cloud coverage, that will no longer be possible for La Crosse. On to Saturday. Partly cloudy with a southwest winds of 10 miles per hour. A high of 69 degrees. How comfortable. On Sunday, oh my gosh, Jerry Lewis and Great Balls of Fire. Sunny all day with a westerly winds of 14 miles per hour. A high of 66 degrees. But that wind ought to be a little brisk, so I would prepare for the weather. And let's see, Monday. Oh, it's Sunday. Mostly sunny with an easterly wind of 7 miles per hour. A high of 65 degrees. All in all, a glorious weekend indeed. And now here's Tanner Costello with this week's interview.
Hi, I'm Tanner Costello, and our guest this week is Callahan Skogman with the UWL production of 8. How are you doing today?
Doing well, Tanner.
Good. Callahan, tell us a little bit about the production of 8.
Right, so 8 is it's a play based on the trial Proposition 8 out in California in 2010. And what we do and what this show is about is it takes the official transcripts of that trial and we put them on stage. It's a relatively short theater piece. It's about an hour and 20 minutes, no intermission, but it stays true to the actual transcripts of the trial, so it's a pretty cool perspective on it.
So Callahan, being an actor, you're one of the actors in the production, correct?
Right.
What is that like embodying an individual that, a real life individual from today?
Right, so, a lot of times in theater we have characters that, are written, are made up, or fictional. So one thing about 8 is that these are the actual characters in the trial over gay rights for marriage. And so when I play Judge Von Walker, and that's an actual person, so what it really affects is just, the research that you do. You don't have to make up details about Judge Walker's life because, they're there, and you can go research them, and you can know everything you want to know about your character, which is cool. You kind of get a really solid understanding of them, and you can portray that better on the stage.
Good, good. So this has been a very touchy subject in Wisconsin lately about gay marriage and having it just being passed and whatnot, and throughout the United States. So having a play that talks about gay marriage, what has the response has been, or from the audience? Has it been positive or negative?
I think it's been great. Essentially what it does is it's opened up the floor for conversation, discussion. I think that it's something that's prevalent in society right now, and it's changing and it's moving fast, and it's something that our culture, and especially our generation in particular, has really brought to the forefront. So it is something that whether you support it or you're against it, I think it's a great opportunity to learn more about it, and just to have an intelligent conversation and maybe debate over it. And going into it, whether you believe in it or not, it's really going to give you a better perspective on it as a whole.
Good. So you talked about how the actors are reading off the actual transcripts from the court trial case that took place. What is that like as an actor? Is that different from something that you're usually that you're used to?
Yeah, totally. And if you come to see the performance, we are reading the actual script. We bring it on there on the stage with us. It's a staged reading, so we haven't memorized, but it's kind of like a prop, and it's really cool because it made us focus on the words, and a lot of times when you're trying to put a play on its feet in a month and you're memorizing, and it can be a little tricky you might miss things, but we've had so much time with this script and that we haven't had to worry about necessarily memorizing it because we do go on stage with it. So that wasn't our main concern. We really dove in, and we really had a lot of one-on-one times with Mary, the director, and we really dove in and just kind of figured out what these people were saying, because that's what the show's about. It is about the transcript. It's about what actually happened and our best way to represent that. And so it's been really cool. It's just a really more critical analysis of the text.
Good, good. So you guys had your first preview of the production last weekend, and you have one coming up this weekend, correct?
Yeah, that's correct. We have a show tonight, 7:30, over in Tolan Theater, which is in the CFA and La Crosse campus. We have a performance on Friday, tomorrow, 7:30, Saturday, 7:30, and then we have our last performance, the matinee, at 2 on Sunday.
All right. What are the prices if anybody was interested in coming out for that?
Right. Well, if you're a UWL student, it's going to cost you $5. If you're a general population, it's going to be about 15. It's going to be 15. If you're a senior citizen, it's going to be less than that, 14. If you're a student from another campus, it's around 10. So there's all different kind of prices, but it's great deals to see a really nice show.
Good. So from your last weekend to this weekend, what did you guys have to do differently to prepare, or just have a better performances from opening?
I think you learn a lot about the show as you perform it, obviously, and you learn from performance to performance. And yeah, as far as going into this weekend, we have a dark week, so we don't rehearse this week. Actually, you kind of take a step back and get away from the script, but it's good because you're fresh and you're ready to go back in this weekend. So
good, good. Well, everybody, look out for this kid, an upcoming actor. Next, we're going on to sports with with Dustin. But first, we're going to go on to Perfect Pets.
She's easygoing and affectionate. Meet Peggy, a 5-year-old American Staffordshire Terrier. This is Hocus, a domestic short-haired tabby mix. She's cute, she's fluffy, she's Hocus. Meet Lexi, an adult pit bull terrier. While she loves to play catch and fetch, she'll find herself leaning against you, asking for attention all the time.
To find out more about adoption for these pets or others, contact the Cooley Region Humane Society at 781-4014.
Again, the phone number for the Cooley Region Humane Society is 781-4014. The UW Lacrosse Eagles football team is fresh off of their matchup with the Blue Devils of UW Stout in a WIAC conference matchup at home, and the Eagles took full advantage. After a scoreless first quarter, quarterback Trent Cummings found Scott Schumann on a 19-yard touchdown pass right before halftime to give the Eagles a 7-0 lead. Coming out at the half, the stingy Eagles defense began capitalizing on the Blue Devils' mistakes, especially in the end zone. 2 such interceptions were snagged by senior cornerback Jacob Flegner, who was named the WIAC Defensive Player of the Week. The bulk of the Eagle offense came courtesy of Ben Hairtramp, who tacked on 137 yards on 18 carries with 2 total touchdowns. His big day helped him become the 9th Eagle to eclipse 2,000 yards on the ground, as the Eagles were able to score their first conference victory on the season, improving to 2-4 overall and 1-2 in the conference. This Saturday, the team travels to 13th-ranked UW Stevens Point. The UWL women's tennis team is set to compete in the WIC championships this Saturday and Sunday in Madison. The competition will decide 6 singles champions and 3 sets of doubles champions. In the doubles competition, junior Brianne Blanton is paired with freshman Elena Bublitz. They're seeded number 3. Kimmy Mrazek, also junior, is paired with freshman Bridget Bellissimo. They're seeded number 1. They went 6-0 in the WIC duels. The singles competition consists of Bellissimo, Mrazek, Blanton, and junior Kendrick Woyhan, who are all seeded in the top 6. The top 4 teams will advance to a team tournament that will determine the automatic qualifier to the Division III National Championships. Wednesday night, the Eagles volleyball team played host to the visiting Warhawks from UW Whitewater, with a match set to take place at Mitchell Hall. This was the 68th match between the 2 teams, with Whitewater leading the overall series 36-31. After UWL's concert choir's rendition of the national anthem, the night was all action. In Game 1, UWL fought back and forth with the Whitewater, only to lose a close first game 25-22. In the second game, Whitewater had all the momentum, jumping out to a big lead. UWL would battle back, but it would be for naught, as Whitewater would take Game 2 and seal the victory 25-16. UWL went into Game 3 looking to avoid the sweep and started off hot with 5 straight points, but the team would eventually cool off, and Whitewater's height advantage became too much to overcome for the Eagles as they fell 20-25. UWL will be back in action Wednesday, October 29th for senior night, their last home match of the season against UW Platteville. And that's all for this week's sports.
Wow, so we've had a pretty eventful week this week. Do you guys have any, maybe relaxing plans for the weekend, or any plans for the weekend?
Well, I mean, I have a shameless plug. I know for Black community there will be a nice dance, a Halloween dance in Porter Call Cartwright Center, 7 p.m. tomorrow night, Friday night, from 7 until about 10:30, so everyone should come check it out.
Costume requires?
It's a thriller costume theme, so come with your Jerry curls and your white glove. Yeah. You?
Just relax, take it easy.
All right. Well, thanks for watching WMCM's Week in Review. Make sure to join us next week, Thursday at 4:30, right here on Campus Channel 6, Charter Channel 96, and Digital Cable Channel 989.